Hello and welcome to another podcast episode. I am your host, Anna Yang AI, and this is the M2M session. So let's get straight into this, okay? There are 10 things, or should I call it, there are 10 masculine characteristics. 10 masculine characteristics, and I will take my time with this. I'm not going to rush because you need to know your characteristics. You need to know what makes you a man. When you know who you are, it is easy and it is possible for you to embrace your identity. There is an identity in your masculinity. You need to know it and you need to embrace it. So what are the 10 masculine characteristics? 10 masculine characteristics. Number one. As a man, when you start cheating on your partner, you start doubting their trust for you. Now, I'm doing this in no particular order, okay? In no particular order. Because I was asking myself, AI, why did I start with this? But, okay? So, as a man, when you start cheating on your partner, as men, when we start cheating on our partner, the lady that we're in a relationship with, we start doubting their trust for us. That's how it works with us. So when you start asking yourself, or when you hear some guys saying they don't trust, they don't trust girls and everything. No, it's because they don't trust themselves. We don't trust ourselves. So when you've messed up, you start wondering that the opposite sex is like you. But that's wrong. That's not always the case. Restore your fidelity and you regain trust for the lady you're in a relationship with. So it's easy if you're struggling with trusting a lady, okay, and you're not sure if she would leave you for another man. You're not sure if she's cheating on you. Work on yourself. Check yourself. The second masculine characteristic, number 2. Men have the ability to think about nothing and still breathe. We have the ability to think about nothing. Our mind can totally go blank. Like we can actually stay and nothing is running through our mind. Nothing. And you see, actually, sometimes nothing drives a lady crazy. Nothing drives a lady crazy. Nothing drives a lady crazy as witnessing a man doing nothing. We can just sit down there, we're not doing anything. Sometimes you can sit down and then your mind has traveled far. Your mind has traveled far, but you know that you're not even thinking about anything self. You're just having several thoughts, but you're actually not thinking about nothing. You're just daydreaming. It happens with us. The ladies are not this way. This is unique for us. There's nothing wrong with us. See, the things I'm listing, these characteristics, they are not pointing that there is anything wrong with us. They are identifying our masculinity that we need to embrace. Number 3. We are not effective multitaskers. Men aren't effective multitaskers. We are not good with multitasking. Leave that to women. Okay, take for example, Okay, if you're doing something, if you're doing something else while a lady is talking with you, you will hardly remember what she said. You would hardly, maybe you're playing game, maybe you're playing a video game, either you're playing PS4, PS5, and she's talking with you, and she's, you will not remember what she said. You won't. And most guys get into trouble with this. Here's a tip: pause the game. Just pause everything you're doing and pay attention. But you see the ladies, a lady can be pressing her phone. She can be pressing her phone at the same time she is eating, and at the same time she is having a conversation with you, and she will not forget anything you said. Ask her to repeat it. She will repeat it for you verbatim. But we are not like that. We're not like that. Like, okay, haven't you tried probably your cooking and you're doing something else? Man, the food is gonna get burnt. We are not effective multitaskers. But a lady can cook at the same time she's doing something else, and that food ain't gonna get burnt. That's why you see many times for those who are married now, a man will usually ask his wife, honey, please, where did I keep this stuff? Where did I keep my key? Where did I keep this? The woman's brain is wired that way. She can remember a whole lot of information at once. She can balance work, she can balance school, she can balance being your wife, she can also balance being a mother. But we take things little by little. That's number 3. So what else? What are other characteristics? Number 4. Men see trust differently from women. What do I mean? Trust for a man is, are you sure if I tell you my secrets, you will respect me? If I share with you what I'm going through, you will not use what I've told you against me. That's trust for us. That is the true definition of trust. That when we open up to the lady, she will still respect us irrespective of what she knows about us. That she will not use it against us. That's why most men are usually skeptical opening up to some ladies. But for a woman, trust is, will you cheat on me or do you cheat? As simple as that. But for us, the case is different. I want you to know that as a man, you have emotions that you've never seen. You have screams that has never been heard. You have portraits in your mind that has never been painted. There is love shut up inside your heart that never reaches you because you can't. And you haven't received the language that you speak. The opposite sex doesn't speak our language. We speak different languages as men and as women. Number 5. What is the 5th masculine characteristics? Men talk in points. You go straight to the bottom line. What is the bottom point? You ask us, how are you? Fine. What did you eat? fried rice and chicken. How are you feeling? Indifferent. We don't talk plenty, but women talk in details. Women talk in details. You can ask a lady, how are you? How are you? She will start narrating how her day was, what somebody did to her and all. So that's meant for you. That is us for you. Number 6. Men think quietly. We think quietly. We process our thoughts quietly. And we think in straight lines. We think in a straight line. What's this? What's next? What's next? It's a build-up for us. So most times, before we speak, we spend time and we analyze what we are thinking before we say it. So you can see a lady is probably talking with us, and we're already thinking about the response that we're going to give. But for a lady, it's different. A lady thinks out loud, and they think in circles. A lady can talk and think at the same time. She has not thought about the issue. She hasn't thought about what she's telling you. I have a friend of mine, and I can just bring up something to her and I ask, okay, share with me. She's telling me there and there, and I know that she's telling me she's thinking about it there. But for we would have to think about it first before we give a response. That's how we are wired. That's how we are made. Number 6 characteristics of a man. Number 6 characteristics of masculinity. Okay, sorry, I think that's number 7. Yes. Number 7, not number 6. So number 7. And this is a truth. Okay. It's a truth. 70% of African American men grow up in homes without fathers. So what's the truth in this? Most men do not know what it means to be a husband. That's the truth. Most of us, we don't know what it means to be a husband. What's next? We keep asking ourselves, what is a husband? What does it even mean to be a husband? Questions, they are unanswered questions that run through our minds. Like, what do we do when our wife goes into menopause? What do we do when she's in her period? How can we handle our mood swing? Because you see, a lady plays marriage from childhood, while we as men, we play football and video games. So we are not trained, we are not taught, and we are not prepared. A young lady is prepared for marriage, is prepared to be a wife from childhood. She's always in the kitchen, cooking, washing. She's with her mom, learning how to make decisions, how to plan finances, how to drop lists, how to stock the home, take care of the younger ones. But we the guys, nah, that's not us. We play football and we play video games. So we are not taught how it means and what it means to be a husband. And you see, guess what? As much as we're not taught on what it means to be a husband, most times we are expected to open up. But there is usually a struggle between us. When I mean open up to that special somebody, probably the person you're in a relationship with, either dating, courting, or probably marriage. But of course, before you even get to the point of marriage, you must have learned how to open up to her. But of course, I know that there are some men who got married and they did not learn how to open up. The lady just, accommodated him. But see, we are expected to open up. But remember that when we were young, we were stopped from crying. Each time we were hot and we were crying, we were told what? What were we told? Yes, that phrase, that three word phrase. Be a man. You guessed it right. Each time we wanted to cry, we were being told what? Be a man. But hey, this will be the first time I'm saying this. It's okay to cry. Embrace your emotions. It shows that you're human. Okay? Crying doesn't make you weak. It only makes you human. It shows that you are human and that you recognize your emotions. It's a feeling. Let it out. There's nothing feminine about crying. Crying is totally human. So what's the next masculine characteristics? Number 8. Men don't like to do anything they aren't good at. Men, we don't like doing anything that we are not good at. We don't. We don't like failing. We don't like failing. It explains, the hard work. We put in so much energy, so much hard work before arriving at the scene, because we don't want to fail. Most times we would definitely shy away from some things when we know that we're not good at it. So sometimes you can even hear a man who say, I'm not ready for a relationship, because he doesn't want to fail. Probably he has tried it before and it hasn't worked. Number 9. We don't like to lose control. We don't like to lose control. And that's probably why most persons are scared of relationship. Because you see, in a relationship, you do not control the woman. Men, these are authoritative party, not our egoistic side of us. Always wants to be in control of everything. And society has told us and has taught us and has deceived us that being a husband, being a man is being in control. No. Because when you get married, both you and the wife are in control of the home. And in fact, the man is not just the head of the home. In fact, the man is the foundation. If we ignore men, we ignore the foundation of the home. Our place is very, very important. It's not about having control. Every man is not just the head of the home, but we are the foundation of the home. When you're building a house, what do you lay first? Do you lay the roof? Because the roof is the head. Do you lay the roof first? No, you don't lay the roof first. You lay the foundation first. It is the man that gives direction to the household, to to the home, you lay the foundation first. Let me use this illustration of a plant. What goes into the ground first? That's the seed. The seed is the foundation. With proper nurturing, it grows to become what? The next level is what? A tree. A tree. And you know that as it grows to become a tree, it goes upwards, and then it now takes root downwards. Then this tree bears what? Fruit. The tree bears what? Fruit. Now look at it now. Okay? Let me explain that scenario. Between a man and a woman who has the ability to bear fruit, it's a woman. She has a womb. She bears fruit. What's the fruit? The fruit of the home are the children. You're getting it right now, Nba. So who supplies the seed to the woman? It is the man. It is the man that supplies the seed through sperm. But guess what? The man, that seed is the foundation. So the man is the seed, the foundation. The woman is the tree, that fruit-bearing arm of the family. But guess what? The man is also the roots. The man is also the roots. He holds the family firm. He holds the family firm. He raises his children. He doesn't leave the responsibility to the tree alone, to the woman alone. Because if the root is not firmly grounded, that tree will fall off. So you see, that's what happens when we have absentee fathers that leaves the child upbringing to the mothers alone. We are having the tree raising the fruit alone, and one day the tree will fall off. Why? Because the tree is not able to sufficiently provide every nutrient that the fruit needs, because the tree has been disconnected from the roots. When there's a disconnection between the tree and the roots in child upbringing, we have children who are not raised properly. You have a responsibility to play as a father or as a future father. Do not neglect your children, especially your male child, especially your sons. So you see, the man is not just the head of the home, but the man is also the foundation of the home. So next time when you want to tell yourself that you're the head, remember that you are also the foundation. So in case you're expecting the woman to respect or submit to you, remember that whatever decision you make in that family, it will make or mar your family. If you're coming back home late, your children are copying, your children are watching you. If you beat your wife, your children are watching you. If you abuse your wife mentally, verbally, your children are watching you. Do not just leave the conversation for the women alone to engage with their daughters. Because I remember I said earlier on that men, that takes me to the last point, the last thing, the last characteristic about masculinity. This is the danger when men when fathers allow their wives to raise the sons alone and they're not around emotionally. Number 10, the 10th characteristic of masculinity. The 10 masculine characteristics. Majority of men don't like talking about their issues. That's the truth. We don't like talking about our issues. I believe you must have listened to my podcast when it started, especially the confession series. For over 25 years, I've kept that within me. For over 25 years, I have kept that within me. Nobody knew about it. I and my mom, we are very close. But trust me, my covenant brothers know about my challenges more than my mom. I'm much more closer to my mom than my dad. I speak with my dad, okay? But I wasn't given that, that platform. Sometimes I just ask myself, if I sit down with this man, what are we going to discuss? I wish, many times I wish I can just talk about some random stuff. I wish I can ask him those questions like, Dad, how did you meet mom? Let's talk about politics. That's why I specifically use the word most men, because there are some men that have been privileged to have this cordial father-son relationship, but some of us don't. Some of us did not have that. Some of us, it's now. It's even now that I'm even trying, I'm making, sometimes I make conscious effort. Sometimes I even pick up my phone and I send him a message, hey dad, I love you, Thank you, dad, and all. It's little steps, it's gradually. I know what it took me to get here. So, but you see, because most men don't talk about their issues, it would definitely be difficult if all they have is their mothers to talk about those issues with. Because as a father, you can easily penetrate the sons. Sit them down, talk to them, share your own challenges with them, let them know, that this thing that they are probably, facing or experiencing, you've been there before and you understand. Share your own challenges with them. And I just want you to know this. I want you to know this. You can be the father you never had, and you can be the father you are supposed to be. Really trust me, I didn't really plan. I didn't even anticipate to even end this way. But I feel there's a reason that I'm talking about fatherhood. Because we're not trained. Being a role model, being a man, being that matured man that the society looks up to, it's all encompassing. Because the road ahead is being a father, is being a role model. So we can't repeat the mistakes, we can't repeat the cycle. We can't. We have to start now to make up our minds that we will set a good example for our sons. It would be wickedness to allow our sons, go through the same things that we went through. It would. I feel like sharing 6 things that men need in a relationship. There are 6 things that men need in a relationship. There are 6. Most times we make these mistakes, and when we go into a relationship, I see a whole lot of times when 2 parties are going into a relationship, The woman comes with her expectations. The man comes with his expectations. But the woman doesn't give the man what the man wants. And the man doesn't give the woman what the woman wants. But here is where there is a tie that is never broken. The tie that is never broken is this: one party is always cheated. Because the woman, by the time they both get to that point where they realize, oh, I'm not giving you what you want, I'm bringing what I want to the table, the woman can easily communicate to the man what she wants. But the man cannot easily communicate to the woman what he wants. Take for example, it is very, very easy. You can comfortably think of gifts for a lady, but you can't think of gifts for a man. You can't. There are 5 basic things that women want in relationship. There are 6 rather. There are 6 basic things that women want in relationship. And there are also 6 basic things, 6 basic needs. There are also 6 things. The same way that women have 6 needs in a relationship, men also have 6 needs in a relationship. And there are 5 things you should know about women. But this is not a podcast episode for that. In the next episode, I'll be talking about that. I hope this has really, really been impactful and helpful. Yeah, because very soon we are starting up a community for men. Beyond the podcast, we want to do more. We want to reach out to more persons. So please, while you're listening to this, let this podcast not end with you. Share it with your friends. Share the link with your friends. Share the links. Nobody is too young or too old to listen to this podcast. If you're not informed early, you will definitely be deformed. Let's raise a community where men support men. So thank you very much for listening to this podcast episode. I remain your host, AI. Until I come your way again on M2M session, I send my best regards. Cheers.